So is it a pride thing for Biden at this stage? Why do you think he's not, bowing to the masses so far?
Well, from my experience in politics, leaders never want to go. They never want to go, and it doesn't matter who it is. They would much prefer to have the electorate take them out than have their own colleagues take them out, or to give up the fight. Joe Biden has had a very long and distinguished career, and at every time when he's been down and out, he's come back. I think that is dominating his thinking. It is surprising many senior Democrats that one of the most influential voices at the moment with Joe Biden is his son, Hunter, who himself has been going through an extraordinary period before the courts. So he's not one for giving up. The thing is, there are deep policy differences between the Republicans and the Democrats. This is not just about the personalities of Trump versus Biden. In deep policy areas, from taxation to immigration, from tariffs through to national security, there are deep divisions between the Republicans and the Democrats. And at this stage, if they keep talking about Joe Biden's health and about his ability to do the job, they stop talking about the biggest issue out there, which is the cost of living.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, the numbers are going to start to really plummet when it comes to Joe Biden's re-elect, and that will cause outright panic amongst Democrats.
Well, it looks like that's already happening, with suggestions that, they'll lose the Senate, they'll lose the House, they'll lose the lot. The fact that Joe Biden stays on. Given the circles that you move in, Joe, how do you see this shaken down?
Well, it still has a way to go. It is not mainstream outspokenness from the Democrats. Nancy Pelosi, who is probably the most influential representative of her generation in the Congress, came out today with a guarded comment in support of Joe Biden. You need to understand Joe Biden's support base is coming from the left of the Democrats, from Bernie Sanders, from AOC, from and from the Black Caucus, the most influential part of the Democrat caucus. He is being given every opportunity to decide his fate, but people are trying to push him in that direction. As the polls plummet, as fundraising starts to diminish, you're going to see more and more pressure on Joe Biden to make a decision. One thing that is at play, next week we have the Republican convention in Milwaukee. The question will be whether Joe Biden wants to take some of the attention away from that by making a major statement about his future, or instead he's hoping it will be a circuit breaker as America focuses on Donald Trump.
Just a quick one before we go here, Joe. I mean, Trump's, he'd be happy to keep the conversation on the Democrats at the moment. So let's just say, for argument's sake, and it's probably not going to happen this week because of the NATO summit, etc., but maybe in the weeks to come, if Joe Biden does step aside, is there enough time for the Democrats to, have a hasty campaign or put something quickly together to try and get Democrats to kind of hash it out and work out the best contenders?
Well, there's two things there. Firstly, Donald Trump doesn't like to be the centre, doesn't like not being the centre of attention. He's quite frustrated, but he is incredibly disciplined. And Donald Trump 2.0 is much more disciplined than Donald Trump 1.0. The second thing is the Democrats last had an open convention more than 5 decades ago. It's uncharted water. And if Joe Biden decides that he is not going to run, he releases his delegates, and in turn there will be a massive battle on the floor of the Democrat convention in Chicago. Having said that, it's highly likely that if it's not Joe Biden, it will be Kamala Harris. And the question then will be who her running mate will be.
Okay. Joe Hockey, good to get your thoughts as always. Appreciate it, Joe. We'll talk to you soon.